Hey everybody, before we start the podcast today, I've got some dates on the road for you to come see me perform stand-up comedy. The shows have been going very well. You'll be very happy to hear. So, not a bad night out to hear me do some jokes. Coming up I've got Providence, Rhode Island, February 21st and 22nd. Vancouver, Canada, March 6th through 8th. Springfield, Missouri, March 14th, 15th. Bloomington, Minnesota, March 20th to 22nd. Columbus, Ohio, March 28th to 29th. Then we got loads more dates. Edmonton, Lafayette, Houston, Portland, Maine, Baltimore, Washington. All those tickets are available at columtyrrell.com. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Colum Tyrrell Podcast. I've got my hood up because it's so fucking cold here in the basement where I record my ramblings. It's fucking brutal right now. And this is the last time I spend January or February on the East Coast. At least with December, you know, you're kind of distracted. You're drinking Baileys. You're complaining about Christmas. You know, there's a lot of shit going on. The kids are singing. People are caroling around the place. You're getting fucking drunk on bourbon. You say Merry Christmas. You refuse to say Happy Holidays. You refuse to bow down to the other religions that don't celebrate the birth of Jesus, the only true religion. By the way, I was looking into this the other night, right? About the Bible. And, you know, I don't know if this is the case for everyone else. You know, there's a lot of people that listen to the podcast smarter than me, all right? Congratulations. You're smarter than a fucking retard. Congratulations. Oh no, I cursed too early on. I can't get monetized. Haven't been monetized on YouTube in years. It's ran by the powers that be, right? The Rothschilds, and they won't let small businesses make a living. So if you listen to a podcast and it's monetized, it's shit. It's shit. It's for children. That's what that is. It's for children, and they're pushing Big Pharma on your kids. Make no mistake about it. You will not be interrupted during my podcast by an advert ever. I don't even have private adverts. I should really. That's just because I'm lazy. I had it. Whatever. I used to have ad reads. You know I used to have ad reads, and then I decided that it would be better off to just book them myself rather than use the company. And I've never once booked a single thing in my life. And, you know, laziness, is it ADHD? Who knows? Anyway, let's get back on point. Chill out. So a lot of yous are smarter than me. Not impressive. And a lot of yous are dumber than me. Make no mistake about it. A lot of yous are thick as fucking shit. Hold on, let me get my headphones on. I'm screaming. A lot of you who listen are dumb as fuck. And that's fair. That's fine. Just know that you're a moron. That's all you ask when people are stupid. Like, no one needs you to be smart, but you gotta know you're a fucking dumb fuck. And I'm a dumb fuck, and I know I'm a dumb fuck. Everything I ever say and do, it's prefixed. I don't even know if that's the word, but it's the underlying concept is I know I'm a retard, so don't take any of this too seriously. Yeah, like, and that's how I carry my whole life, with an overwhelming lack of confidence with everything I do. Okay, so I have a lot of people in the comments these days going, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot." Yes, I know I'm an idiot. You're in the comments of a thing. You can't be better than me. There has to be a correlation between the comment section and natural intelligence. All right. I really got dragged recently. I got dragged. All I said was that billionaires are fucking they're fucking retarded. Like, fuck billionaires. That's all I said. That was my agreement. Burr got in some stick. I said, yes, let's fuck billionaires. And then the amount of people that were down my throat going, you're lucky Elon Musk is in this world. He is a protector. Billionaires are the protectors. That is fucking insanity. You are living in a cult. That could be you. You need a man. You need another man to protect you. I'm good. I've got myself a rifle. And there's a Stop and Shop near my house. I'm good. You can have the billionaires protect you. It'd be crazy to be in love with a man like that. Anyway, that's all I was saying was that fuck Elon Musk, and then everyone came at me. So if that's who you love, that's who you love. I'm not judge. I'm not homophobic. If you fucking want to suck off a weird looking, there's some weird shaped fucking the richest man in the world, you can. Whatever, each to their own. Anyway, but so this is where I'm kind of stupid, right? And I'm trying to educate myself here. Was that I feel like growing up when the Bible, right? The way I've kind of always thought of the Bible was kind of like, hey, it was like a book that was published, 400 years after Jesus died. Like Jesus was walking around and he was turning one fish into loads of fish and water into wine. And he was beating up the guys who were selling souvenirs at the temple and whatever he was doing. And there was a bunch of other fuckers walking around like they're the camera crew, and they were taking down the notes. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, right? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the gospelers. I don't even know what you'd call them, the saints, whatever they are. They were walking around with him, writing about it. And it was published. They went to Penguin or whoever, and they said, hey, can we publish this book? And they said, yeah, someone got the rights to the Bible, and they've been publishing like Harry fucking Potter. It went to the printing press, and it went out to the masses. That's kind of just how... They never even said that, but that's kind of just... It was an underlining thing. Was anyone else kind of led to believe the Bible was kind of like that? They never said that exactly, but that's kind of, it's a book like any other book. This is this book, and this is the book of Jesus, and all this shit has been around for 2,000 years. So you kind of assume it was like, yeah, you could go into a nice little coffee shop, a bookstore, and you could pick up the Bible. Back when the Romans were fucking crucifying people, you could just go into these... a little coffee shop, get yourself a latte and read Corinthians. And this was kind of my understanding of it. But now, obviously, now that I'm older, I realize, right, that's crazy. Each part of the Bible was written by different parts, different, eras. A lot of these parts of the Bible, they are just one man, whoever it was, Matthew or Mark or Luke or John, no women, absolutely not. This is the book of the Lord. Our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We're talking about religion here. There's no women allowed. So what the fuck would you know about religion? What would you know about talking to God and miracles? All right, bitch? This is real shit. All right, get in the fucking kitchen, because I'm talking to Jesus. You can't. He doesn't. Woman, listen to me, woman. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, but there was like a committee. So back before the Bible was officially the Bible, all right? You got Old Testament, New Testament, right? So when they were figuring out the Old Testament, there was loads of fucking... as far as I could tell, right? I'm not going to do more research into this, but as far as I could... There was loads of different fucking... gospel. There was loads of different books that were passed around in religion. Christianity was like, there was loads of different examples of Jesus and the teachings of Jesus. And they had to sit down, a community had to sit down and decide what went in it. And so there was Judas. There's the gospel according to Judas. Did you know Judas? Is that also sidebar? Is that a coincidence that the sneaky Judas, the dirty, treacherous, not to be trusted Judas was called Judas? Is that like a thing? Is that like like when an author does that on purpose? Gives the character a little bit of a thing. I don't know. But Judas had his own book, like Matthew, Martin, Luke, and John. Judas had his own version. And according to his version, he was like, no, I did that as a fucking favor to Jesus. Jesus needed a push. Jesus would never rose from the dead if I didn't fucking rat him out. And I did it for his own good. It was tough love from Judas. Anyway, they decided not to put that in the Bible. All I know is the Bible was a collection of stories decided upon. There's loads of other shit. There was the gospel according to Mary Magdalene, and the church was like, no, we're not having any writings from abroad. You think some chick who's bleeding out her pussy once a month? What would she know? What does she know about nothing? Anyway, I'm just trying to with history, trying to put myself in these situations where you actually imagine what it was like, because like in my brain, I don't know why, growing up at least, I would just imagine that like church was kind of always the same. From the day that Jesus died, there was just a priest and he would go hamana, hamana, himana, hamana, hamana. And then the black fucking church would be like, oh, happy days, oh, the boo-boo. But it wasn't like that. It took years and years and years of evolution. And then the government had a say in a lot of the Bible. There's no way. There's no way. If the fucking government are using shit now to be to propagandize, right? If there's propaganda right now coming from the government, there's no way in the year 1100 when there was only one fucking dude who could write. There's no way the fucking Caesar who whatever the chief was at the time didn't have a knife to that cunt's throat and go, yeah, you're cutting out the bit about no such, we're not allowed to have kings. I know, I'm getting into that. I'm researching that now. Now, this is a very interesting thing. The shit that didn't make the Bible. Only because just a couple of dudes were like, nah, we don't like that. That doesn't have a good ring to it. Because truly, if you're religious, right? I didn't mean to even start like this. You know me. I never mean to start like anything. All right? We're just chilling on the couch. If you're religious, Jesus Christ, and you follow Jesus in your heart, I get it. He's in your heart, and you give to charity or whatever, and you go to church, and you don't rape her, right? You don't covet thy neighbor's goods, nor rape, or eat shrimp. Shouldn't you be studying all the other shit too? Shouldn't you follow like what was cut out, the director's cut? You got to figure out the stuff that didn't make it into the book, the forgotten chapters, and take a little bit of their wisdom or knowledge or something. Anyway, that's all I'm trying to say is like if you were retarded like me and envisioned the book like it was a hardback print where they couldn't fucking give enough away, and that every priest was always just wearing a little collar and molesting kids, and every story was always just about fucking Noah's Ark or whatever. I don't even know if Noah's Ark is in the Bible, honestly. It must be. I've never read the Bible. I don't. It's like fucking James Joyce Ulysses, man. It's too like, he did it, throweth away it. Like, it's just a lot of mumbo jumbo. Maybe ChatGPT could fucking write it in like a understandable modern version. Anyway, all I'm saying is if you're a little religion, and there's nothing wrong with being religious, right? If it makes you a better person, it stops you from littering, feel free to, say the enemy is outnumbered, whatever. If you commit sin and then right before you die, you go, I'm sorry, and you get to go to heaven, that's great for you. Good for you. I think that might be a Catholic thing only. And, if someone dies and you're kind of upset that they're dead, you can just pretend that they're upstairs. They're up there. They're playing wiffle ball in heaven. They're up there on the cloud. Right? They're up there on the cloud playing wiffle ball with O.J. Simpson. O.J. and your granny are up there having the time of their life. James Dean's hanging out. James Dean is hanging out. He's drinking a cocktail. Buddy Holly's singing. It's a grand old time up there in heaven. And no blah. All right. Well, look, welcome to another episode of the Colum Tyrrell Podcast. Obviously, I missed last week's video. I don't know if I said this already, but I missed last week's video. I was sick, so I did a little mini 30-minute episode while I was ill. So and that's available audio only. So go over to the audio episodes and make sure you subscribe because there's a good chance a lot of these episodes will be going audio only anyway. Okay, so figure that out. But yeah, the next it's freezing, and next January, February, the only thing I'm definitely just doing a world tour of Florida. There's no way I'm sitting through this shit. It's too easy to just go live other places. This is insane to have to be fucking cold. What I need is money. What I need is fucking just to win money. Truly, that's all I need to do is win money. Do you know what my fucking fiance, okay, said to me the other day? Right? We're getting married soon. And it's costing such an, obnoxious amount of money. The dumbest amount of money ever. And you could probably just have an open bar at a nightclub in the middle of New York City for like the entire weekend and invite hundreds and hundreds of people just to drink their fucking dick off, and they'd have the time of their life. And you could DJ and have like a smoke machine and everything for the price, because it's wedding cake. It's $5,000 more than just regular cake. No, these aren't regular flowers. They're wedding flowers. That's a $5,000. No, that's not just a dress. It's a wedding dress. So that's another $5,000. I'm not a DJ. I'm a wedding DJ. That's not fucking Sweet Caroline. That's wedding Sweet Caroline. That's another $5,000. Anyway, she turned around to me the other day and she just goes, honestly, I don't think I even want to get married anymore. She was like, with the cost and everything that has got this, she goes, we should have just done something in City Hall and just not spent the money. And I've never, the fact that I didn't fucking beat Gabby Petito her. The fact that I didn't beat the living fuck out of her is actually what's going to go in my vows. When we are writing our vows, I'm going to say, you know how I know that I love you? Is when you told me that you didn't want, you finally realized that this was a waste of money, despite this only being your idea. This only being your idea, not my idea at all. After we put all the deposits down, after you can't actually turn that and back around again, it's already a sunk cost now. We're fucked. As soon as it's done, you go, it's kind of a waste of money. We should have put that money towards the house. I didn't strike you. That's not a bad thing to say to someone, to go, hey, there's many a times I should have smacked you with the back of my hand, busted your lip. But I didn't, because I love you and I don't want to see you in pain. And the truth is, honestly, I've just grown accustomed to you being a fucking moron all the time. So it's like I've accepted you. It would be weird for me to get mad at her at this stage. That's how a woman's brain fucking works. But if you're getting married, trust me, I'll be the first. I don't need the stuff. Whatever it is you're buying to make the night better, it's not going to affect me. Go cheap, buddy. Go cheap. Find some land. Get a tent. Fucking go to get a rotisserie pig. Is that what they call it? Like a spit roast of a pig. Hire some dude with a fucking banjo and have like a hoedown. That's what you want. Go to a barn and have fucking a pig. Have a fucking barbecued pig with an apple in its mouth and an aux cable. Just get a truck with some speakers and go to a local park, like a Mexican 21st or whatever. Do you ever see all the immigrants in the park, all the Mexicans hanging out? It's their sister's fucking birthday, and there's 15 of them, and they have that little flowery fucking donkey that they hit with the stick. That's exactly how your wedding should be. Nearly every wedding should just be, hey, we're not even calling it a wedding. If there's a sniff, if any of these fucking retailers sniff wedding off this, they're gonna charge the fuck out of this. It's got to be a birthday. You pretend it's a birthday. We just pretend we're brother and sister and we're twins, and we fucking wear wedding dresses to our birthdays, and we kiss each other in front of a fucking priest. That's how we celebrate our wedding, because it's gonna save you 80% of your budget. No one gives a fuck about what your cake looks like. No one gives a fuck. The food, this was crazy. We have a food package and it's supposed to be fucking, it was like ribeye was extra for the people. Let's give you an extra fucking $8 a head. And I said, they're fucking getting what they're getting, and they can fuck off. I've never been to a fucking wedding and been like, thank God they spent that extra $40,000 so I could look at an ice sculpture. Who needs an ice sculpture? Right? You're not Prince fucking Harry. Insanity. A save the day, retarded. Wedding invites, send me a text. Truly, let's figure it out. Send me a text. I've got a buddy who got married, right? And I don't even know when he did it. I just got a little letter, a little cheap ass fucking letter in the door that said, hey, me and my girl got married. Sorry you missed it. There was nobody there. It was great. By the way, in a couple of months, we're all going out for drinks. Please join us. We'd love to see you there. It'll be an open bar. And you go, great. As perfect as it can be. No dress code. Open bar. We've missed all the horse shit. No need for flowers. No need for nothing. Get a fucking guy with an iPhone and an aux cable. Hook up the Bluetooth. Open bar and Bluetooth. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. That's what I'm saying to my fucking the groomsmen in my party, by the way. I'm gonna say, hey, your job is to get everybody fucking shit-faced. Okay? Your job is to get every single cunt shit-faced. I want them, because I'm not going to be around, but you need to do as many shots as you can with everybody. I'm not doing the shots. Right? It's my wedding day. I'm not even allowed to get drunk, all right? Your job is to fucking have shots with every single table all night long and get them on the dance floor. And that will be it. And everybody will remember it was a fun night. Fucking retarded. My family's going to get sick when they get over here. My family from Ireland are going to be like, this is the most obnoxious waste of fucking money. Anyway, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to talk about meme coins. I guess I could talk about those planes crashing. Hey, if you survive the plane crash, that's pretty cool. By the way, if you survive the plane crash, you were really hurt and you have to go to hospital. Okay? I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to hear this, okay? But it's probably all of us now. If you survive a plane crash, you hurt your back and you can't work and your tennis career is over, and you find a fucking really good lawyer and you fucking lawyer up and you sue these companies to oblivion, okay? I don't give a fuck. You figure it out. If your fucking plane crashes and rolls, you put your hand through the fucking shattered window and you cut a major artery. You bleed out. You have a stroke. You lose the ability in your legs. You can't feel your back. Figure it out. I don't want to read in the newspaper 50 people in a plane crash, 17 injured. No, all of you were. Do you understand? If anyone says, "Are you okay?" you say, "No." My back. My legs, my ankles, my dick. My dick is smaller. I lost half my dick. Whatever you can. If I was fucking beside a plane crash, I would run over and jump into the wreckage. The stories of that happening in Ireland when there was one of the trams, the Lewis as they call it in Dublin. It crashed at one point, and then there was a bunch of people watching and went over and just jumped into the wreckage. Sue the fuck out of them. It's funny because this repeats. Literally, the last episode I did was talking about plane crashes, and then we have another one. It's just what happens now when you get on planes are too crowded. People are going to stop flying. Prices should go down, hopefully. Right? Does that make sense? Maybe. Does that make sense? They can't price gouge us anymore. Or are prices going to go up? Someone who knows economics, let me know here. I didn't listen in school. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I don't think that's the end of the world. That you and your loved ones dying when you're heading down to Orlando on a vacation. I kind of don't. This is kind of we had a good run. We had a very good run. The Whites. The last few years have been pretty good. We have McFlurries and Love Island, or and Super Bowls and everything. Like it's pretty fucking good. COVID was like kind of a version of some sort of Armageddon type of a situation, and it only really killed old people and fatties. So you could argue that's their fault. It's your own fault for being fat and old. And if you get on a flight, you might fucking debt roll to a stop at the end. Ideally, sue them for like any amount of money. One of the worst things, if you survive a plane crash like that, arguably the worst part is like, now you're kind of just, actually, no, you're at your destination. That would be the problem, is that you're kind of like, hey, I need to go. I got to go do my show. I gotta go do my show, and you're keeping me late here. I survived the plane crash. I can't do my show. I've got headaches. That's the only way to do it. But we're all gonna die in plane crashes, and that's kind of just how it is these days, Something happened about fucking 4 years ago, where some CEO took over some of these airlines, and they cut a bunch of staff and they cut the material costs. And it was fine at the time. Bang. Share price went up. He got a $60 million fucking bonus. And now 4 years later, we're all dying in the plane crashes. And that's fine. There's nothing really wrong with that. We've too many people as it is. And I personally just don't mind it. Do you really have to go to Toronto? Is that really important to you to get to Toronto, arguably the dullest city in North America? What could possibly be going on in that city that you have to get to? It's a grey, nothing city. And that's mainly your fault. All right? No, I'm not talking about meme coins going through the fucking roof. Someone help me out here with the meme coins. All right? That's all I need. I need someone here to help me out with meme coins. I don't know what have I missed the opportunity? Is there queef coin, fart coin, shit coin? Let me know, how do I make it, how do I get rich? By the time I even find out about it, is it too late? I saw Dave Portnoy trying to push a coin and he couldn't even get it off the ground. So if Dave Portnoy can't even get it off the ground, what are the odds here? You know, like probably this weekend, someone probably posted SNL coin. Right? Someone probably posted SNL coin. By the way, I watched that SNL show. It went on for so fucking long. I guess it's what they just do now. Every anniversary now, there's just a big long, hey, remember this shit that we remembered recently? Hey, remember all this shit we remembered recently? Here we're remembering it again. But I will say they had this one montage of all the inappropriate and they had all the inappropriate characters that they did. You know, John Belushi pretending to be Japanese and Chevy Chase, you know, saying the N-word or whatever. O.J. Simpson was there hanging out. It was like a fun little montage of all the things that they did over the years, and it was funny. It was great. They go, oh look, here's all the horrible stuff we did, and it was probably the most fun thing of the entire show. Maybe they should go back to that. Do you ever think about that? Of all the shit that you did, why don't you go back to the funny one? It was the thing that everyone thought was the funniest part. Was you just being like, having Rob Schneider going, oh, me so Mexican. You know, let's go back to that. Go crazy. Trump's in. Right? The libtards are running away. Right? Trump is in there. So, you know, go into that. Let's have Marcelo fucking play a little Asian boy. Or whatever. Let's have Emil pretend to be a terrorist and blow up a fucking building or whatever. Like, well, let's do it. Let's figure it out. Turn the show. Let's make it Saturday Night Live. Let's make it real fucking late. Let's have a Saturday night, nearly Sunday morning. Let's have a 12 o'clock version. A midnight version. We talk about how the vaccine fucking gives you blood clots and your dick can't work anymore. And how trans people are trying to fucking touch your kids. All right? Let's have some fucking sketches. I don't know. Listen, honestly, I do believe that SNL, for as bad as it can be, I kind of feel like their hands are kind of tied. You know, being on TV like that. You know, I just think they're kind of fucked. And also, no one really watches, like, what type of fucking bumbling retard watches SNL? You know, you'll check it out if you like the host, kind of, right? But realistically, it's sort of just, it's not as good as the stuff that's on your phone. So you kind of got to be a bit of a moron to really tune into that shit. But you never know. People watch that. People watch the late shows. I get people on the road. People come on the road to me. I'll be on the road and I'm like, hey, you know, where's everybody? Why are you all here? That's how few people show up to my shows. I'm able to go, why are you all here? And some people go, oh, I saw you on The Tonight Show as a fan. And you go, what the fuck? What type of fuck? You go, who the fuck is watching that? No offense, but it's like, you're watching the Tonight Show that much that you fucking 2 years later, you came and saw me on the road? I saw someone, where was I recently? We didn't sell many tickets. Where the fuck were we? Raleigh, North Carolina. And someone came out to see me from a stand-up clip of mine from like 10 years ago. There's a stand-up clip of mine that's, I did like an Irish TV show years and years and years ago when I started out, like 2 years into comedy. And it's up there. It's just up on YouTube, you know, you'll find it. Called the RT New Comedy Awards. And yeah, someone came out and said, yo, I saw that clip years ago and I've been a fan ever since. Pretty insanity. Pretty insane. So you never really know who's out there. All right, listen. Let's read some questions from the Patreon and we can move on with our lives. That's a terrible thing to say. Head off to Patreon. Only $1 a month. You can get it for a year for $10 at the moment, but I'm not going to get rid of that option soon enough. All right, let's see if we have any questions here. Okay, this one comes in from Whalen. Hope you're having a good day, Call. Thank you, brother. It's not bad. Went to the gym for the first time in fucking week and a half because I was sick last week, couldn't do fuck all, and you know, it makes me sad. All right, who's your favorite person to open for? Well, I only really open for Ari. Open for Lewis a bit. Louis J. Gomez. Shout out to Louis J. Gomez. I've opened for Ari Shafir a bit. I'm opening for him in Denver next weekend. Should be a lot of fun. I've done some like guest spots with some people over the years, but never really, like no one's ever really brought me with them too much, you know. Big J has had me host for him and stuff like that, but you know, it's really the only two options are Ari and Lewis, and I gotta say it's gonna be better to open for Ari because Ari plays theaters and Lewis does not. So I will say opening for those guys is great. It is so fun to open for someone who has an audience and I don't have to worry about selling tickets. I don't have to fill an hour. You know, the audience are usually comedically inclined. Like Ari Shafir spent 20 years cultivating a great stand-up audience. They're happy to listen to anything, whether you're fucking, you know, your gay edgelordy shit, right? And they're also happy to listen to more profound stuff, you know, because you can get pigeonholed where they just want that shit. They just want you doing sexual assault jokes, or then you can also have them, where you know they're too smart for that. They're too they're too smart for that. They're too up their own ass for that. So Ari Shafir has certainly cultivated a great audience, and it's great when I get to open for him. So Ari is the answer. Maybe just someone you think your style mixes with really well, or someone you've known longer. Well, I answered the question, and then you're giving me options to go by. Yeah, I don't know about styles. I guess, you know, nearly all the comedians I've ever worked with are all kind of pretty similar. You know, I've never opened for like a more like a gag, like, you know, sort of like righty, like Sam Morril. I've never opened for, or Joe List or any of those guys. It's much more conversational, I guess. You open for some legends, like who? I've literally just named 2 people. You open for some legends, so I'm curious which one gets your favorite. And then same question, but with who opens for you? You know, I have a few people that open for me in different areas. So, it all depends, really. Usually the problem with the features is that you can't get them. You can't get them anymore. Because you got to have someone. And so if you're a comedian and you're listening to this, these are kind of the rules of it. By the way, if you're a comedian open for someone and you're in the green room, you learn to shut the fuck up a little, yeah? A little less is more. People are having a conversation and you're going to chime in. Just a little less is more. Don't be trying to fucking hold court or any of that shit, right? Because anytime you're talking too much, they're not going to say shut the fuck up, but they will just look at you and go, yeah, I don't want to hang out with this guy again. You're new to the fucking circle or whatever it is. Just tone it down a lot. Just listen and chime in when you can. And that's more than enough. That's more than enough. You don't need to be fucking telling stories. And then, like, if someone says something, you go, oh, yeah, that reminds me of time, I did a show. And it's like, no one gives a fuck about your Minnesota shows. Right? We're talking about fucking Steve Martin at the Cellar. We don't want to hear about your fucking bowling alley mishap. Right? Shut the fuck up. Stop chiming in. Shut the fuck up. And that's mostly all you got to do as a feature. Right? Just be a good hang. Okay? So this is the rule. So I'm opening for Ari soon. Now, I'm not drinking right now, and I haven't smoked weed this month. So what is it, the 18th or 17th or something? So I'm actually pretty damn healthy right now, other than getting sick last week. But I haven't smoked. This is the longest I haven't smoked weed in years. So congratulations, me. But when I go to Denver, if Ari wants to get high, I will get high. And if Ari wants to get drunk, I will get drunk. And if Ari doesn't want to do those things and he wants to go fucking skiing or hiking, I will do those things. That's kind of your job as a feature, is to kind of just make that cunt's life as smooth and easy as you can. All right? And when I feature, and here's another rule for when you're featuring, right? Don't be doing fucking crowd work like a dickhead. There's just no need for it. You're only up there for 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops, right? There's no need for you to find out where someone bought their scarf, all right? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Also, kill the dirty shit. Again, you're there for 20 minutes. You can do 20 minutes without talking about the time you got jacked off on a fucking bus, all right? You don't need to talk about the time your cousin's pussy smelled like fish. All right? Enough. These are the rules. Just keep it fucking, and I don't even mean keep it fucking clean. You can be dirty. Sorry, you can be dark. You can have some fucking 9/11 shit or whatever kind of hacky bullshit. That's not as bad. Because you can't. This is the thing, is you can kind of spoil a show by being dirty too early, right? You can spoil the show later on, right? Here's a couple of things. First of all, if you can't even show me that you can do 20 minutes without being dirty, it means you're kind of shit. If you want to be dark, it doesn't make the show worse later on. Getting dark early actually helps the show. Because if you go up and then you do some sort of fucking Down syndrome fucking rape joke, later on, all the other stuff, it works better. All the darker stuff later, the anti-Semitism stuff will work later. All right? So if you're featuring, fucking keep the dirty shit out, or at least wait till the very fucking end. At least wait till the very fucking end. And don't be asking anyone any fucking questions. Just do your fucking jokes. Right? And then, so that's it. And then you have to just learn how to be a good hang. Learn how to fucking go drinking if they want, and learn how to not drink if they don't want, and just be a cool fucking hang and flow with the conversation. If they're if it's a long drive and that person's quiet, you be fucking quiet. And if they want to talk about certain shit, you just say yes, sir. But I have a bunch of people that I bring with me, so I'm not gonna pick out favorites. They're all great. But the problem is so if you find someone who is exactly like that, right? You want them to be good, right? You don't want to be bringing shit comedians on the road. A lot of comedians bring shit comedians on the road, even if they're they just do that. There's a lot of big name comedians who just bring dog shit with them. And I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that. But I get it, because I know people who are dog shit, but they're a good hang. You know, so I'll bring them the odd time. But then the truth is as soon as they're good, they're usually just off headlining. I only really started headlining really last year for the first time, maybe the year before that. So I'm not many miles ahead of features. You know, a lot of the times I bring features on the road, it's because like they could be there themselves soon enough, and they just need an introduction to the club. Now, I know this is a lot of comedy, but this was the question. Yeah, so just remember those rules if you're a comedian. Those are the rules. Keep it fucking clean till at least the very end of your act. Don't be afraid to be dirty if you have to. And fucking don't do any fucking crowd work. And just fucking go with the flow with the comic, you know. But I'm also, and then one last final thing, I don't earn a lot of money on the road. I don't fucking sell out the clubs. I don't fucking, so I can't afford. Soder brings fucking Sagalo on the road with him. Soder can afford to bring the flights and get the extra hotel room and all the type of shit. I cannot do that. And I don't think Soder brought features forever. Maybe he did. Soder's probably always kind of been successful. All right. Who's a person who you would pick to open? Who's a person who you would pick to open for you every time if you had the choice? I don't fucking know. I've no idea. It's kind of a fucking dumb question, but I would say, who would I open for every time? That's another one. Who would I open for? Probably Louis or Bill Burr. I would open for them. I think that would be a lot of fun. Jim Jeffries' audiences would be great too, but opening for Louis must be the best. Just being able to watch him work and elevate your fucking, he's the best. So, getting to see him every night would be the best. And you know what? He's not really, I heard he eats like a motherfucker, which is great. Let's go out to a steak restaurant, Louis. Let's buy all the fucking caviar. And he's not boozing, so that's fine. That would keep me as a good boy. Keep me off the drugs, keep me sober. So that would be the goal. Burr would be incredible to watch. Every night too. They'd be the two I'd want to work with the most. So that's who I would want to feature for. Ideally in clubs and theaters, not so much arenas. I don't think comedians even enjoy doing arenas. I don't think the audience enjoys when they go to an arena show. And I've never heard a comedian go, "Oh, arenas, that's the best. That's the most fun show you'll ever have." They all kind of say it kind of stinks. Everyone in arenas, the audience and the comedians all say it stinks. But we do it, and we charge you $200. Because fuck you, that's why. All right, look, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much. Head over to patreon.com/Colum Tyrrell. You can have a free trial. And
what happens in a Texas death match when you cut loose Killer Khan and you cut loose this gentleman who's never been in a no-hose-barred encounter before, and you mix it all up and you throw in two guest referees, Pat Patterson and Gorilla Monsoon, and it appears in the garden. I wonder, in your own estimation, what will happen, Andre?
Mr. McMahon, I want to say one thing to Mr. Blassie. Just like you say, when you got me loose, that's going to be the first time. That's going to be the first time Mr. Valois let me do what I want to do and when he showed me before I was supposed to do. Finally, he gave me the green light to do it what I want to do, but why? Why we need two guest referees? I don't need that because in Texas deathmatch, everything goes on.